Another Christian Bale DX19 style Batman. That's exactly what the 1/6 scale community wanted. Let's take a look. Hi everyone and welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the fact that Howard is definitely trolling us. There's no question. If you thought that Hot Toys and Howard Chan were trolls before, now there's absolutely no question, because today on the Hot Toys official Instagram and Facebook they announced this Warner Brothers 100 anniversary. It's part of the Warner Brothers 100 anniversary series. We've so far seen an Iron Man, which is basically a Mark 7 with the Mark 5 silver and red color combination. Oh, I think I made a mistake at some point during this video, because I know that this is the Warner Brother 100. This figure is part of the Warner Brothers 100 years Hot Toys exclusives. So is this one, and this one here, this is not part of the Warner Brothers one, it's part of the Disney 100. But my point I think is still valid, because this didn't appear on screen, this didn't appear on screen, and I'm not sure this one did either. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below. Earlier on today we've got the Wonder Woman, which I will talk about in a separate video today, and now we have the Christian Bale Dark Knight DX19 style suit. But wait for it, as you can see, it's got a blue cowl and blue gauntlets. And with all like the recent announcement of the last week, like every stream or video I turned on this week, myself and my own included and my own streams included, we were talking about that bike and the Batman that was supposed to be, well, looks like Ben Affleck from the upcoming Flash movie, but however the faceplates look nothing like Ben Affleck. They look like apparently his stunt double. And that particular version in the movie trailer, you can clearly see that the cowl is like a blue and that the cape is blue as well. So here, it's just a bit ironic that instead of giving us a new Batman from the Flash and nailing it, they give us an old Batman with the blue head sculpt, or cowl should I say, and gauntlets. Now look, I'm a die-hard Batman fan and Christian Bale fan and the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight trilogy and all that. People are probably predicting me to say I love this and I'm going to go buy this. I don't want to go near this, because for me screen accuracy is important. I see these in the exact same ways as I see the neon text. Don't be fooled by this. Does it look cool? Yeah, I think it does look kind of cool because it's a bit different, because, well, this is my favorite suit for starters. And then like the blue does look kind of cool, but it also looks out of place. Like, it's not screen accurate, so it's not for me. Now I can accept that if other people are looking at this going, this is exclusive, it might be rare, maybe it's limited, like I'm pretty sure that this Iron Man here was limited to a certain number of pieces, something like that. I can understand that if you collect for, you know, limited numbers, exclusivity and all stuff, but I don't. Like, my collecting is rooted in my love of movies and television, and I want screen accuracy, and this is not screen accuracy. So let's take a look at some of these. We'll go back anyway, and first of all I want to look at everything it comes with, and then I want to look at the little blurb, because I want to get a bit more information about the concept behind this. But I do think this is novelty, and I do think they're going to continue on with this like novelty versions of these for the Warner Brother 100, because let's face it, if you look at this never appeared on screen. Yes, it's the Mark 7, but the Mark 7 is red and gold. This is the Mark 7 with the Mark 5 paint job. Does it look cool? Absolutely. But did it appear on screen? No. So if that matters to you, and it does matter to me, therefore it's an easy pass for me. The same as this and the other Wonder Woman. Right, let's take a look at this anyway. So clearly it is the Batman 1/6 scale collectible figure. It is a, I don't know what you want to call it, an exclusive, a novelty, an artist's interpretation. Maybe it's a nod to the comic books with the blue head sculpt. I presume that's why they chose blue. But let's zoom in it. Now it's hard for me to look at this particular suit and critique it, because I love this suit, right? The mold I'm not going to critique, it's just the concept. Because I mean, I've got the DX19 behind me, I've got the quarter scale version on the way. If InArt throw their hat in the ring, I'll probably take a look at that. There's no probably about it, I will, and then I'll consider. Even that armory is pretty cool, they're coming out, but like, I mean, how many do you really actually need, you know? Anyway, so comic color inspired paint application. Well, there you have it. So interesting the way that Batfleck version that was announced during the week had a really dark cowl and cape, whereas when he's on the bike in the trailer, it does look more of like this kind of blue tone. Very ironic, we're definitely being trolled. Features separate rolling eyeballs and interchangeable lower faces. Okay, you got the typical faceplates, and actually these faceplates, like, Christian Bale is notorious for making funny faces in the Bat cowl. And I read particularly because the cowl pinches his nose and actually makes it hard to breathe. And I think that's linked to kind of some of the faces and expressions that he makes. He's often gasping for breath, and apparently kind of was part of the reason for the raspy voice. Now, that's what I read, but of course that could be excuses as well. Anyway, yeah, look, the faceplates, no doubt, they look like Christian Bale and they look like his expression, the eyes as well, but they've got so good at this sculpt, let's be honest. So that's fine. You got the grapnel gun. The grapnel gun did not come with the Batman Begins 2.0. Go figure. Blue boots. Look, I'm not going to lie. The blue breaks up the kind of black and grey of this, but I mean, it's just this simple. It didn't appear on screen, so therefore I don't really have an interest of it. I want it to be really, really special for me to pick it up, but yeah. So you got 3 different batarangs, 2 of these kind of like smoke bombs or bat bombs, whatever you want to call them. You got a few swap on hands, which are also blue, and then you've got this, like, it is not a 1/6 scale bat symbol. It looks like a big magnifying glass with the, you know, the Dark Knight symbol on it, and it's hard to tell. This kind of mirror effect, is that like a, I don't know what this is. Is this like a picture of bats inside? It's very hard to tell. Maybe the little blurb will shed a bit more light on it, which is I'm going to find now. I'm going to take a look at this particular blurb. Alright, so it says, over the decades, Batman has worn many iterations of the suit, but the classic attire features a yellow utility belt, a grey suit, blue accents for the cowl, gloves and boots, and it's always the most remarkable look of all times. When Batman drowns in shadows, the darkness at night, the Batsuit will cause intense fear to criminals. Celebrating Warner Brothers' 100 years of storytelling, Hot Toys is releasing a new 1/6 scale Batman collectible figure, faithful to the origin comic page appearance. It's an exclusive figure available only in select markets, sophisticatedly crafted based on Batman's appearance in the comic. I don't think you can say that. I think there's a few splashes of blue there, but it doesn't look like Batman from the comic. In fairness to Ben Affleck, and Ben Affleck's Batman is definitely my least favorite. The beefiness of that kind of I think it's, you know, the basic suit that he wears with the grey and the, you know, big symbol on his chest and the stubby ears. That's a bit more comic accurate, you know. That if that was like with the blue cowl and cape, you know, and kept with the grey and the black symbol, or even if they did a yellow symbol, that might be a bit more comic accurate than this. But anyway, the highly detailed figure features a Batman cowled head, an interchangeable lower face and separate rolling eyeball system. A greatly posable body portrays Batman's strong and muscular form. A batsuit that highlights its metallic blue and matte grey color scheme, and finely tailored cape. Yeah, we'll see about that. You don't do great capes, Hot Toys, to be clear, to be honest. Signature bat grenades. So that's what they're called, bat grenades, including EMP rifle, LED light up function, sticky bomb gun, grapnel gun, batarangs, mini mines. The figure even includes a swarm of bats, a bat emblem diorama. So it's not really supposed to be the bat symbol. The bat symbol would be a lot bigger if it was 1/6. Diorama accessory and a staged figure base for a dramatic setup. Pick up this classic. No, I don't see a classic Batman here. The DX19 is a classic. The Batsuit from, I don't know, what's it, like Nightfall or the Dark Knight Returns, Hush, whatever. They're classic Batsuits, year one, whatever you want to call it. But I wouldn't say this is classic, like, because this is neither here nor there. Alright, so let's scroll through some of these images anyway. Oh yeah, sorry, I failed to mention the sticky bomb gun and the EMB. This is the DX19 with a blue cowl and gauntlets. And just to be clear as well, it is the DX19. It's not the newer version, because look here at the gauntlet. The gauntlets here are sitting, should I say the hands are sitting, you see the joint there, the hands are sitting on the gauntlets. Screen accurate, the gloves tucked under the gauntlets, and that's what they advertised when they announced the transparent armory, the one that comes with the armory, the more movie accurate Dark Knight suit, where the gloves actually fit underneath the gauntlets. I don't even think the quarter scale has that feature. So this here, make no mistake about it, this is the DX19. and it's just painted blue on the boots, the gloves, the gauntlets, and the head sculpt, and then they include a few bats and a big bat magnifying glass by the looks of things. So yeah, again, you already know I'm not going to get this. All right, the cape. To be honest, the cape looks like the DX19 cape. Hot Toys have a bad history of doing terrible capes. The DX02 Batman was the first DX and the first version of this suit. I got terrible cape. The DX12 was notoriously bad. The DX19 is not bad, but shout out to Alan, the 6 Scale Gallery, who sent me custom-made Jackson Ju cape, which actually sits so much better on the DX19, and it elevates an already good figure to a higher platform. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through this. The bats, it's weird. This is a real nitpick now, but if you remember the bats where Batman Begins, he spelunks or abseils down, like Christian Bale's character Bruce Wayne abseils down into the Batcave, and he stands there and the bats around. They're kind of small bats. They're only that size. These things look absolutely massive. These things look more, I don't know, did the Morbius ones have bigger ones or something like that? But they were smaller bats. Even in the scene in Batman Begins where he calls for backup and he puts out the, I think it's an ultrasound signal or something like that, and the bats come and swarm him and they kind of camouflage him and distract the cops so he can escape. Those bats even seemed a lot smaller. These ones, this is such a nitpick, but like if you've watched the trilogy, you know that these bats seem a bit out of place. These are more placed in some sort of a vampire movie or something like that. And it's weird, I can't really see much detail on them. They look, okay, that's one there, and there's like 2 or 3 there. There's like a swarm of bats. Like look to be absolutely clear though, like just here, this particular thing, aesthetically, take screen accuracy out of it, take the way I collect out of it. Aesthetically, the look of this Batman, it does look pretty cool. Like the splash of blue, I do actually quite like the aesthetic here. I do. Part of me is thinking, oh, it's you know, come on. Part of me thinks it's a cash grab. It's just they painted the blue boots, they painted the gloves and the gauntlets and the cowl and all that, and I get that. But just to look at it there, I do think it looks pretty cool. But part of me is thinking that it's just shoehorned in there, which it is, because they're trying to make money. They want to take existing DX19 molds, throw in a few other accessories and get your money and pass it off as an exclusive. Now, it didn't actually say in the blurb where it was exclusive to. I want to just go back out for a second and check that. Like, Warner Brother 100, so it's a 100-year anniversary. It's not saying where it's exclusive to. Like, it's not saying it's a Shanghai exclusive or a Secret Base exclusive or Hong Kong exclusive or Sideshow exclusive. It's just saying exclusive. Like, what makes it exclusive? Is it limited? Is it exclusive to a particular store? Is it exclusive to a particular country? Again, I wouldn't be put up with the exclusive nature of this either. If you want this, I'd imagine you pick it up somewhere. Right, so what do you have? I'm just flicking through some of these photos. Curious about this thing here. Is that just a circle, like a plastic circle, with the plastic bat symbol inserted, and then some sort of a what is it? Like is it just a picture of these bats and Gotham in the background there? It's kind of like halfway between. Obviously, it's kind of like the bat symbol, but not really. It's like the bat symbol with these bats reflected in it. So I presume the whole thing is that he's looking at Gotham, so you can see Gotham's reflection in the background. So Gotham's actually where he's looking, and some of the bats have flown in front of him, and then this bat symbol is kind of reflecting that, so you can kind of see what he sees. That's kind of cool. Not enough for me to put my hand in the pocket and take out the wallet and purchase this, but yeah, look, I don't have much to say about this other than that the belt obviously looks a bit more yellow. In summary, this is an easy pass for me. This is not going to make its way to my collection. I do like the combination of the grey batsuit and the blue cowl and the blue cape and, you know, the yellow symbol and the yellow utility belt, because that's a classic look. But if I was going to do that, I just commit, and I, you know, commit properly. Go and get a statue that's based on one of those classic comic books, whether it's The Dark Knight Returns or whether it's Hush or Nightfall or whatever, and just commit that way. Get a 6 scale figure from that, or find a company doing a statue you like or whatever. I could probably entertain if the Flash movie is really, really good and they fix that Ben Affleck on the bike and they actually give the Ben Affleck likeness and they make that cowl and cape the blue that it looks like it's in the trailer, I could get a bit more on board with that, because I think that suit actually looks a bit more like the comic books than this does here. I'm not feeling this. I won't be picking this up, but anyway, some people will. That's the whole thing. Just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not good. It just means that, you know, subjectively I don't particularly want this or need this. And it's funny for me to say because it's a DX19 suit and it's my favorite suit. Anyway, I hope I've made myself clear on that. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Let me know if you're picking this up or not. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.